शलाकया चक्षुः उन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साधवैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः। ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for joining today. So before we start discussing today, we can have some revision of what we studied yesterday. And some devotees, I would like some devotees to share whatever they remember from yesterday. And you can share some comments, whatever we studied yesterday, so that we can move ahead today. So every time we will try to do this, that whenever we begin the session, we can have some devotees sharing. Obviously, every time it should not be the same devotee sharing. Generally, my observation has been in the experience of teaching that there are generally two, three students who make notes or who remember or who share. But I would like to encourage everybody to share something, whatever they have remembered from yesterday. And if possible, you can share in the sequence of discussion we had yesterday. Okay. And that would be very beneficial. Okay. So let us begin. Some devotees want to share how we were discussing yesterday. So you can just unmute and speak, or you can raise your hand. I hope everybody knows the Zoom things, how to raise hand and everything. Okay. So you can unmute yourself and share, or you can raise hand and then share.
Shall I start, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam.
No, no.
So, Prabhuji, we have started yesterday's session with the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. Why do we say
Yeah.
Bhagavad and Srimad Bhagavad Gita?
Correct.
We understood the meaning, which we were, at least personally, I was unaware of. And
Yeah.
I just knew that it's a song of God. That's what
Yes.
the
Yes.
literal translation, which which I knew. But yesterday we went little deeper, and पता चला कि उसका meaning it's auspicious as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we discussed about from Gita just not was told by Sri Krishna to Arjun, but it was different
Hmm.
from Janmejay, Vaishampayan to Janmejay, then two different Shuk.
Yeah. Sutta Goswami
Yeah,
too.
Sutta Goswamis to
Yeah.
all Acharyas.
Naimisha. Correct. Yes.
Yeah,
Naimisharanya Rishi. Correct.
yeah. And
Yes.
then we have gone through the revision of first to six chapters. It's
Yeah. Maybe
coming.
others can share now.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mataji. Yeah. Somebody else want to share? Anybody want to add up some detail in previous whatever discussed, or you want to share ahead? Anything is okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yesterday
Hare
also,
Krishna.
Yeah, Ashutosh Prabhu, yeah.
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 Yesterday also you mentioned like the summary of the first 6 chapters, how there are 2 types of karma yoga, Sakam karma yoga and Niskama karma yoga. So one who does Sakama
Yeah.
karma yoga, he will go to heaven, reap the fruits, and ultimately will come back to earth. One who goes from Niskama karma yoga, they may go to Ashtanga yoga and then go to Brahman, or yeah, like that is the path. But in between everything, if someone comes in contact with devotee and they get Agyanta Sukruti, then they go into the path of bhakti.
Yeah, yeah, good.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, Gayatri Mataji, you were sharing something.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Uh, Actually, there is too much of noise. I'm in temple. So am I audible?
I'm able to see you are in temple only. I think Bhaktivedanta Hall entrance. Yeah, yes, Mataji, yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm
I'm able to
audible.
hear. Yeah, everybody is able to hear. Yeah.
Okay. So, Prabhuji, we learned yesterday that Bhagavad Gita is extracted from Mahabharata, that is from Bhishma Parva.
Yeah.
And the structure of Bhagavad Gita we have learned yesterday as starting from the word Srimad. Srimad means it's full of knowledge. And Bhagavat, Bhagavat is of which belongs to the Lord. And the Gita, it's a feminine gender, and we have seen it's the Vani of Krishna himself. And one more thing I would like to add here is important thing you told us to note it down. Like the intelligent practitioners are those who know others' path as well as their own path.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, sorry, I was not able to hear. My connection was not stable. Okay. Yes. Last part, what you said, Mataji? The very last part?
Yes, Prabhuji. Intelligent practitioners are those who know others' path as well as their own path. And you have given us the example of Devahuti there.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Okay. Anybody else want to share?
Hare Krishna. So, Prabhuji, you briefly told us about how this Bhagavad Gita is conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, but broadly it is from Mahabharata, and then that nested convergence we have discussed. Like Sanjay is telling to Dhritarashtra,
Correct.
and that story is being told by Vaishampayan to Janmejaya, and this whole narration is in Naimisharanya, Suta Goswami told to Shaunakadi Rishis. That you told. And also, we discussed about the 3 parts of Bhagavad Gita, how it is like a precious, the bhakti part is like a precious jewel, and how it is like it has been put in a very nicely decorated box. That way, we can see that Karma Yoga and Jnana part of the Bhagavad Gita, and this 7 to 12 bhakti are like a precious jewel. So that Prabhuji you told, as I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much for sharing that. Yeah. Is Sarveshri Radhika Mataji?
One more thing, Prabhuji, you said that for 9 days, Sanjay was in the battlefield and he was personally seeing what was going on in the field. And 10th day, when Bhishma Pitama fell down, then Sanjay came back, and from 11th day, he was in the palace of Dhritarashtra, and he was sitting with him, and from there he was seeing the what was going on in the battlefield. So means, but it's not that from first day only he was seeing from home, from the palace. And second thing, you were saying that although in first 6 chapter karma yoga is described, still with karma yoga there is little knowledge of gyan yoga and ashtanga yoga also. The reason behind that, you said that that a person, when we are following bhakti yoga, one should know that why I'm following and how to follow other path. Also, one should have little knowledge of that also, so that he can compare that why I'm following bhakti and why bhakti is superior to other path.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else want to share? I think mostly we covered almost everything what we discussed yesterday. Okay, so let us continue. Okay, anybody has any question on what we have discussed till now before we start? Uh, yeah, you have any question, anybody? Yes, Dayamai Devaki Mataji.
Prabhuji, I had shared on the WhatsApp group as well. I, I am still on in a fix that I am not able to digest that. That everyone was able to see the Krishna's
Which
universal
one?
form, because I you told us yesterday that everyone was able to see the Krishna's form, universal form. So I was going through the 11th chapter. Went to 11.4. There, Prabhupada is saying that not everyone can see the form of Krishna until unless he has given the mercy, and this special mercy was given only to Arjuna and
Yeah,
some
yes.
devotees. So yes, Prabhuji. So I was in a fix. What and also, Prabhuji, this 9 days thing is very new to me. I had heard from some this in some videos also, they were saying that 9 days it was, but I had never because I read this on Vedabase website, Mahabharata. I have read that, but in that also it was not mentioned of this 9 days thing. So also Prabhupada, when for the first verse when he was saying explaining the mood of Dhritarashtra. Even there, he was not. He was saying that this shows the mood of Dhritarashtra when they both were assembled there. He had that special affection for his sons, and he's showing this thing. So there also, it feels as if they it is going live. It is whatever Sanjay is saying is a live thing, and it is going on right now. So
Okay.
please, Prabhuji, just help me from where I can get this, like which Mahabharata are we referring to, and yeah, for this universal form. I'm sorry, Prabhuji, I'm just dragging it, but it's very difficult for me to
No, no,
digest.
no, no. I really appreciate questions like this, and please, all devotees should understand that they should ask their questions, whatever it may be. Whether you may feel that speaker is finding it uncomfortable, like that, there is nothing like that. All genuine questions should be asked, and I appreciate them. Okay, so Mataji, actually, your question is also very nice and very thoughtful and very genuine question, and I also had this question. So, I have one question before I answer. Did you read anywhere that directly, not in the feelings, not in your feelings, but did you read anywhere directly that uh, that it was being spoken live from the very first day? Anything came like that?
Prabhuji, in the very first verse, Prabhupada is saying that by the mercy of Vasudev, he has got this blessing, that he is able to see everything is in life. Like he could see whatever is happening in the battlefield. So it is there in Bhagavad Gita also, but I have not gone through on this part of like this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, so basically, I think you are having two questions. One question you are saying that whether everybody could see Virat Roop, and then second question is whether it is going on live from first day, correct? Na? Yeah, okay. So first question I will answer. You mentioned 11.4, Srila Prabhupada is writing in the purport that only Arjuna was given very specialized, correct? Na? Yeah. So uh, what is the understanding when I was teaching 11th chapter? Maybe I can send you the link. So when we read the commentaries of the acharyas and understand the overall chapter, there are two forms which Krishna has shown in 11th chapter. Okay. So I'm saying in the Virat Roop form. Obviously, he's in two-handed form. But I'm saying specifically two forms he has shown. First one is the Virat Roop, okay, in which the multiple mouths are there, hands are there, and everything is there, and it's a very large form. universal form, which we say. And what was specially shown to Arjuna was Kala Roop. Okay. What is Kala Roop? Where Arjuna was seeing that all like Bhishma and Drona and Karna and Duryodhan, everybody was being crushed into the mouth of this Virat Roop. Okay.
Mhm.
Is my voice clear or it's breaking?
It's clear, Prabhuji. It's clear.
Clear. Okay. Okay. I have just switched off my video because of internet. Yeah. So these are the two forms which Krishna has shown. So what others like Bhishma and even other Pandavas and none of the other Kurus or Pandavas could see the Kal Rupa actually. Okay, which was like crushing all the enemies and only Arjuna could see. And then whatever later sections come. So understand Mataji that there are two forms which are shown there. One is Virat Rup, which everybody could see, just like Duryodhana saw it when Krishna has had come as Shanti Dut, right? And then also Krishna showed the Virat Rup, and then Duryodhana was able to see. Like that, he was also shown in battlefield of Kurukshetra. What nobody could see, only Arjuna could see is Kala Rup. That is what Prabhupada is talking about in 11.4. Okay. So this is the answer to first question. Second question, as you are saying that from the first it seems or it feels that it's going on live. Yeah, that is very genuine feeling. But when we study Mahabharata in detail, not the Veda base, and obviously we should not take any names until unless it is very much required. So in the Veda base, whichever version is there, it's a retold form. Okay, it's a summary form. It's a concise form. Okay, all the details are not mentioned there. So all the details we can get in the original Mahabharata. It is commented by Madhvacharya also, one of the Vaishnava, uh, our line in Gaudiya Sampradaya, not Gaudiya Sampradaya, in our Madhva Sampradaya. So he has given a commentary. We can refer to that if you want, or in short, you can refer Gita Press Mahabharata also. Okay, so there it's mentioned that which day what happened. That would give you more detail. Okay, so yeah. So also yesterday you were mentioning one reference, I think 18.75 that it is by the mercy of Vyasadev that I'm able to see this war and all, right? So
Yes.
I will go to that very verse and then show actually you were misreading the verse. Okay. And what was the misread part? I will show. Okay. So let me go to the Veda base. Hmm. Okay, is the screen visible, Mataji?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, this is 18.75. Vyas prasadat shrutvan etad guhyam aham param yogam yogeshwarat krishnat sakshat kathayatah swayam. Okay, what is the translation? Please read, Mataji.
By the mercy of Vyasa, I have heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mistresses, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna.
Yes, yeah, thank you. So here he is saying that by the mercy of Vyas, what has happened? I have heard these most confidential talks directly. Sakshat. If you see the word here, the word has come Sakshat. Sa Aksha. Aksha means eyes. Okay, Akshi means eyes. Sa Akshi means directly in front of my eyes. Okay, so that is called Sakshat. Hmm. So he is saying, I have seen it in front of my eyes. What I have
Mhm.
seen in front of my eyes? Confidential talks. Which confidential talks? That happened between Krishna and Arjuna. So now you tell me whether Krishna and Arjuna they were directly present in front of the eyes of Sanjay or indirectly. Uh,
Yes, yes, Prabhuji.
Directly. Okay.
Yes, directly.
Yeah. So that is he is saying they were directly present from the master of all mysteries, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna. So that is what actually we are seeing. He is not saying that I saw it in Divya Drishti. He's saying I have seen it directly. Okay. So that's what I wanted to point. So these two questions I think uh, are clear. Is it okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Most of the things are clear. Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, so you can refer to that sections of Mahabharata if you want, and then you can read it in detail. Okay, so now we will go to the discussion yesterday we were doing, and we'll continue from there. Okay, anybody else has any question you want to ask? Okay. So is there anybody who was not present yesterday but today they are there? Uh, everybody was there yesterday.
Yes, Prabhuji,
Okay.
I came today. Actually, yesterday I had an
Okay.
office. Actually, there
No,
was one
no,
event.
I'm not asking a reason, but I'm just saying for the sake that what we discussed yesterday was half of the thing. So you can refer to yesterday's thing and then continue. Okay. If you don't understand
Yes,
something today, there is nothing much like that which we will not understand. But devotees have shared almost what we did yesterday. Okay. Yes. So we saw
okay, Prabhuji.
yesterday. Yeah, Hare Krishna. So we saw yesterday the meaning of the word Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So in concise form, we can say what is the meaning of this word Bhagavad Gita, as we know, is a song of God. So better we can say the word Bhagawan instead of God, because that doesn't convey all the meaning that the word Bhagavan has. Okay, Bhagavan means one means possessor, like we have uh, Shaktiman, like that. So who is the possessor of Shakti? Okay, so like that. So Bhagavan, okay, who is possessor of all the Bhaga, six Bhaga. What are the six? Aishwaryasya Magrasya, Viryasya Yashasya Shriya, Gyan Vairagyo Chaiva Shannamiti. So these six are there. So basically he is possessor of that. So song of Bhagavan, which is full of knowledge, Aishwarya or mercy or beauty, like that. Okay, that is Srimad. Okay, so the in concise we can say song of Bhagavan, which is full of knowledge and compassion and mercy. And then we saw this conversations. Okay, what how it came down to us in the form of Vani. And then we saw the very famous actually prayer of Srila Sridhar Swami. And as confirmed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sridhar Swami is our foremost acharya in the Sampradaya, and his commentaries and his this is basically from the commentary Subodhini, his commentary on Bhagavad Gita. So here we saw the very famous prayer where he is glorifying Lord Shri Krishna. So the prayer was Sesha Shesha Mukha Vyakhya Chaturyam Tveka Vaktritah Tadhana Adbhutam Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Okay. So we saw the meaning that he is saying Aham Vande, I am praying to whom? Paramananda Madhavam, the Sachidananda form of Madhava, who is the husband of goddess of fortune. Why am I praying? Because he spoke. What did he speak? Sesha Ashesh Mukha Vyakhya, which is being glorified since time immemorial from the mouth of Ananta Shesha. And he has unlimited mouth, Ashesha Mukha. And he is doing Vyakhya. That was told by this Paramananda Madhavam, how in Ekavaktrita, by his one mouth, how Chaturyam, with very expertise. So Dadhan Adbhutam. Okay. And he is this is the whole thing is very Adbhuta, basically. Okay, like that. And then another prayer we saw of Sri Sankaracharya or um, yeah, Shankaracharya. And here, Madhusudan Saraswati, there's some people say, but Srila Prabhupada has told it as Shripad Sankaracharya. Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetreka Pane Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gitamrita Duhe Namaha. So here again he is saying the object of his worship is Krishna, Krishnaya. And who is this Krishna? He is Prapanna Parijataya. He is the desire tree for his devotee, Prapanna. Totra, Vetra, Ekapane. In his one hand, Ekapane, one hand, what he is holding? He is holding Totra Vetra, means the uh, chabuk and the thread, which is there for controlling the uh, horses. Jnana Mudraya. On another hand, what he is having? He is having Jnana Mudra. Okay. Jnana Mudraya, Krishnaya, Gita Amrita Duhe Namaha. And he is doing what? Dohana. He is doing Dohana of Gita Amrit, the nectar of this Bhagavad Gita, Namaha. And I offer my obeisances unto such personality, Namaha, like that. Okay. So this is what we studied. We saw two prayers, very important prayers on this yesterday. And actually, one of the things which we can note, like Krishna's personality here in the Bhagavad Gita has been, sorry, in the whole life has been very, very, you know, mm, transcendental, in the sense transcendental to the Varnashrama system. Obviously, the Varnashrama system he makes, but he doesn't have to follow it. But you see, when he was born as a Kshatriya, as a son of Devaki and Vasudeva. And later he was transferred to Gokul, where he lived with the parents who were Vaishya, Nanda and Yashoda. And later, actually, when this war is going to start, so obviously Krishna is not fighting. He had killed Dantravakra and uh, Viduratha. Yeah. And then he told, I will not again take up the weapons. So he is not fighting on any side. But he is doing the job of a Sarathi. Sarathi actually is considered a, what we say, Shudra. Shudra class person, Sarathi. But while being a Sarathi of Arjuna, he is speaking this Bhagavad Gita, which is most transcendental, and doing the work of a Brahmana, actually. So born as a Kshatriya, lived as a Vaishya, doing the job of a Shudra, and speaking like a great Brahmana, Maha Brahmana, or Maha Vidwana. Okay, he is speaking. So Krishna is showing his transcendentalness to the whole Varnashrama system, basically. And yeah, generally we hear that cohort people and all, like they are not very appreciated. But now we are understanding this Bhagavad Gita is so appreciable. Okay, so this is. And yesterday we discussed about the first six chapters, the summary. So basically here we discussed about Karma Yoga, and then that has two parts, so that devotees have shared already. So now today we have to start from the seventh chapter summary. Okay. Yeah, so somebody can volunteer to read. Yeah. Yeah. Who is going to read?
I'll read, Prabhuji. Bhakti Yoga, chapter 7 till
Yes.
12.
Yes. Please.
The middle six chapter that categorically describe Bhakti Yoga or direct surrender unto Sri Krishna are the essence of the Gita.
Sorry. 1 minute. Huh? Yeah. Continue.
Bhakti essentially means to be in Krishna consciousness, Matchitta, as Lord Krishna says several times in the Gita. This too,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Yeah. This is a overall summary of the 7 to 12 chapter. So if you remember yesterday we were discussing one very important analogy which some of the devotees also shared. Okay, that the analogy of a basically box and the petika we call in Hindi, petika or the jewel box. So we were discussing how actually this petika is very nicely formed where Bhagavad Gita is there in the center, and above and below are the Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. So while explaining this, our Acharya Srila Vishwanath Chakra Thakur, he actually gives one very important term, three terminologies basically he gives for this understanding. So 1 minute. So what are these three terminologies? If we remember, then we can very easily understand the whole summary of the Bhagavad Gita in a very nice way. Okay. Yeah. So he says the three terminologies. Okay. The first one is Ati Durlabhatvam. Okay. Ati Durlabhatvam or Sarva Durlabhatvam. So what is the meaning of that? It is very, very rare to attain bhakti, as we know. So what is the shloka? Can somebody remember which shloka says in Bhagavad Gita that bhakti is very, very rare?
Brahmanam Janmanam.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Any other shlokas?
Directions of praise.
Yes, that is also there. Manushyanam Sahasreshu. Okay, good. Yeah, so all of us understand that it is very, very rare that after many millions of births, when one comes in touch of a devotee, then he may gain the pious credits or the bhakti credits, Agyat Sukriti, to come into the path of bhakti. So that is first thing which he mentions, Sarva Durlavatvam. And also when we will study nectar of devotion, or you might have learned, there is a quality of bhakti called Sudurlabha. Okay. So some of you might have heard Sudurlabha. So that is about the Sudurlabha is actually the characteristic of Bhava Bhakti. Okay. It's like that. So that is first term. So it is very, very rare. And Sanjeevakatvam means what? Ubhay means both. Sanjeevani. So have you heard about the word Sanjeevani? Sanjeevani booty that was provided for Lakshman. Sanjeevani means which bring back life. So this is very important thing which I wanted to focus. So because the Bhagavad Gita, the Bhakti Yoga is in center, it gives life to both Ubhaya, Karma Yoga which is on top and Jnana Yoga which is on bottom. So that's why the Bhagavad Gita is the Bhakti Yoga is placed in the center so that it will give life. Because as we will study ahead and you might have studied earlier also, that without the Bhakti part in the Karma Yoga and without the Bhakti part in Jnana Yoga, both of them will not give results. Okay. So the result of Karma Yoga, Sakam Karma Yoga is going to heaven, or the result of Nishkam Karma Yoga is attainment of the purity of heart so that one can enter into Jnana Yoga. These are the results. That will not come if there is no element of bhakti. What are the elements of big bhakti? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. Okay, all these nine limbs which are there. If that is not there, then it will not happen. And it is also in with Jnana Yoga so that it will Brahman. Okay. So these are the two things. And then one more point is that say it is Ati Rahasatvam. Ati Rahasya. Ati means very, very. Rahasya means secret. It is very secret. Okay. Bhakti is very, very secret. Like that. So these are the
Hare Krishna, Raji, can you hear us?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Raji.
Okay. Yeah. So somebody can read ahead, chapter 7 summary.
Uh, Bhakti Yoga, chapter 7. Submissive hearing is the primary aspect of bhakti that reveals knowledge about Krishna's energies and all pervasiveness. Krishna's inferior material energy constitute the elements such as earth, water, air, and so on. Krishna's superior spiritual energy consists of the living entities jivas. The jivas are prone to be conditioned by the three material modes and thus suffer. Surrendering to Krishna in Bhakti Yoga delivers them. However, impious people do not perform. Um,
Just 1 minute. I just changed my internet. Yeah.
no
Hopefully
problem.
now it will be better. Yeah. Yeah. Continue.
Impious people do not perform Krishna Bhakti. Some worship the demigods. Some even consider Krishna to be impersonal. And some perform bhakti with various intentions to come out of distress, being inquisitive, desiring wealth and knowledge. But a pure devotee who does unalloyed bhakti, keval bhakti, or ananya bhakti, just to please Lord Krishna, is topmost bhakti yogi. A sinless person can do determined bhakti.
I read Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Okay. Chapter 8. Whatever one remembers at the time of birth will surely attain that object. One who always remembers Krishna while doing his duties and performs Ananya Bhakti can remember Krishna at the time of death. He reaches the eternal spiritual abode of Krishna and never takes birth again in this miserable material world. Jnanis and yogis attain liberation by the path of light, and karmis who take the path of darkness come back to this world. But a bhakta attains Krishna's abode.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, some background noise is coming, maybe from Prabhu's or somebody else. If somebody is unmute, you can mute yourself. Yeah. So as I told, the chapter 8 is discussing about Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Okay. So that's, if you remember, you might have read about the two paths, the path of the smoke, the path of the fire. Okay. Like that it was discussed. So here again the same thing is being told. So let's go to the next chapter. Yeah, chapter 9. Yeah, somebody can read.
Prabhuji, can I read?
Yeah, please.
Chapter 9. The knowledge of pure bhakti is most confidential and is the king of all education. It gives direct experience of the absolute truth and causes ultimate joy. Under Krishna's supreme direction, his material energy creates, maintains, and destroys this material world. But that work doesn't bind Krishna. Different people approach Krishna in different ways. Fools consider him as an ordinary human. Devotees worship him constantly with devotion, and three kinds of jnanis worship him by considering themselves God, worshipping the universal form, and worshipping demigods for quick material results. But the process of direct bhakti to Krishna is most simple and easy. Prabhuji, it's blurred.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's okay.
yeah.
Krishna accepts even a leaf, flower, fruit, or water offered with devotion. Krishna is equal to all, but specially inclined to a devotee and excuses him for accidental mistakes. People of even sinful birth can attain Krishna by bhakti, so perform direct bhakti to Krishna.
Yeah, so somebody can say what is this Krishna is, which verse it is indicating that Krishna is very forgiving even for the mistakes of the devotees. What is it referring to?
Sadhureva Chari.
Api Sudhacharo.
Ah, yes, yes, Apichet Suduracharo. Okay, very good. So if you can see, the summary actually is content of various verses. Like you can see here, Krishna even accepts a leaf, flower, fruit. So this is Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam. Right? Okay, so like that. Yeah, let's continue. Yes. Yeah, Prabhuji, I think you can continue reading. Yeah.
Okay, please.
Nimai Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhuji. Chapter 10. Arjun, Arjun Lord Krishna. Okay. Arjun, Lord Krishna, the object of bhakti, is the source of everything in the material and spiritual worlds. No one, including the great sages and demigods, can know him. Krishna is especially merciful to his devotees who are absorbed in enlivening discussions about him. Arjun acknowledges Krishna's supreme position, which is also confirmed by great authorities. At Arjuna's request, Krishna describes the most prominent of his infinite opulences, vibhutis, which are just a spark of his splendor. By a single fragment of himself, Krishna pervades and supports this entire universe.
Yeah. So this basically this chapter, as we know, is Vibhuti Yoga. Okay, where Krishna speaks about all of his vibhutis. Okay. The various vibhutis he says. Yeah, chapter 11. Yeah, please continue, please.
Uh, Arjuna desired to see that all pervading form of Krishna. Krishna reveals his unlimitedly expansive universal form Vishvarupa by giving Arjuna the divine vision to behold it. Witnessing that frightening display, Arjuna describes Krishna's supremacy and his form of time, Kalarupa, that devours everything. Krishna then shows Arjuna the future outcomes of the war and asks him to be just as an instrument in his mission. Arjun offers prayers and apologizes Krishna for his offenses. At his request, Krishna again shows his original two-handed personal form. Pure bhakti is the prerequisite to see any form of Krishna and attain him.
Yeah, so this is what I was telling in beginning while answering question of Mataji. There are two forms, Vishwarup, which everybody was able to see. Okay, so that I will indicate here. Invisible to all at Guru. Kshetra. And this special Kala Rupa is only visible to Arjuna. Okay, it was shown only to Arjuna. And then Krishna told, see, actually everybody is already dead. You just become Nimitta. Nimitra Matra Bhava Sabyasachi. Correct? Just become an instrument in his mission. Okay, and then Arjuna also asked forgiveness that I have been sitting with you, sleeping with you, eating with you, joking about you, joking upon you also. Correct. So he asked forgiveness. He is understanding the Aishwarya of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Okay. And then Krishna again shows his two-handed form. She's called Saumya. Saumya Rupa. Okay. Like that. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Continue.
So Prabhuji, that
Yeah.
Divya Chakshu is for Kala Rupa only.
No, both. This basically there are Divya Chakshu is basically that Chakshu which is Divya, means the not transcendental, we can say. It is also with the demigods actually. Devata. Okay. Divya is also related to Devata. So the demigods also, they have Divya Chakshu, and he was given that Divya Chakshu which is lower than what he had. Okay. What is Arjuna? 200 form of Krishna. Okay. And that is in the Rasa, Sakhya Rasa. But he was given a lower eye. Okay. Generally we think Divya Chakshu means higher is given. No, he was given downgrade. It was not upgrade, it was downgrade to Devata level. Okay. So he was brought down from the Sakhyarasa to Devata level, where he could see this Vishwarup form. And then Kalarup form also was shown. Then again he was upgraded back to the previous eyes he had, and then he is able to see Swami
Okay.
Yeah, that is the
Uh,
understanding.
Prabhuji, so this Vishwarupa and the Virat Rupa described in Bhagavatam, are they same or different?
Yeah, they are little bit same and little bit different also. Partially same, partially different. They are not exactly same. The Bhagavatam Vishwarup, which second canto talks, has some characteristics of this, and then there also descriptions are there that navel of the Lord is like this, the hair or the kapal of the Lord is like this. So you can see some descriptions match and some will not match. So it's not exactly same. So which one is correct? Both are correct. Okay. So there is nothing that this only has to be this and this only has to be that, but both are correct. Okay. So in detail we'll not go here.
Also,
Yeah, yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Just a relatable doubt only that in second and only in the later chapters there is a verse which says the Virat Rupa is Kalpana. So is it something similar with Vishwarupa?
Sorry, I could not hear, bro. Your voice was breaking for me. Please repeat.
Um, Prabhuji, in the second canto
Hmm.
only, in I think fifth chapter, so somewhere it is written in the verse I will that the Virat Rupa is Kalpanik. So the
Correct.
Gyan Yogis they imagine about that.
Correct.
So is it something similar with Vishwarupa as well?
Yeah. Correct. Yes. It is also Kalpanik in the sense, not the sense we understand. Okay. Like it is Kalpanik, we may say that it is imaginary. Okay. It's not in that sense imaginary. Obviously, it has no real existence. It is just like, okay, I'll give one example. Just like you have India country, but you may take a chalk piece and draw India on the floor, or you may take some vegetables and then draw the whole country like that. And then you may say, oh, this is India. Actually, that is not India, but you are representing something in this. Similarly, the universal form is something in the universe, it is there. But we may be saying that, oh, this is part is this. The like we in the map of India, we may say, oh, this carrots which are placed, that is the place Uttar Pradesh. This is Maharashtra where tomatoes are placed, like that. So similarly, Virat Roop is like that. It is not imaginary in the sense that it does not exist. It is imaginary in the sense that it is not actual. It's not actual India, but something the yogis which they need a form to meditate upon, right? Okay, like that. So that's why it's a representation of the basic universal form in the terms of which the eyes can see, like the mountains, the rivers, which the eyes can see. It is representation. That sense it is imaginary. Okay, kalpanik. Okay, okay, let's go ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Yeah, so this last part, yeah, please read.
Thus, the middle
I,
six chapter. I
yeah, I
think.
think this we did in the
It-
very beginning. Yeah, this we did. Yeah, yeah. So we'll continue with 13 to 18. Yes. So what we are going to study in the chapters 13 to 18, that is this part. Yes, please read. Somebody else can
Yeah.
read now.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else who has not read or asked any questions want to read?
Yeah.
Yes,
Gyan Yoga.
Himanshu Prabhuji. Yeah, please read.
Yeah. Gyan Yoga involves knowing the precise characteristics of the living entity, Jiva, the material nature, Prakriti, and the Supreme Lord, Ishvara. They are briefly described in the first 6 chapters and are elaborated in the last 6 chapters. Gyan assists us in developing detachment from matter and subsequent attachment to Krishna. Thus, Gyan serves as the door to Bhakti, which is described in the middle section. Without the touch of Bhakti, both karma and Gyan are useless.
Yeah, so as I was telling earlier, that analogy which Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives, that there is a box. Okay, so it has a lid, we can say, like this may be the lid. And then inside this box, there is the ornament or the jewel. So we will never see that the box is made up of gold and inside we have placed something plastic. Have you seen any time like that? Anything like that is possible? That you have very, very costly material outside, but inside is something plastic like that. It will never happen. So when we have this Karma Yoga section above and the bottom part as the Jnana Yoga, so they are covering it and they are in touch with it. So that's why here he says that by the touch of bhakti, they both are enlivened. Okay. So this is San. Okay, English. I will try it in English. Sanjeevakatvam. So it acts as Sanjeevani for both of them. Otherwise, this both karma and jnana are useless. They will not provide the results. The jnana will not provide liberation and karma will not provide the heaven. Okay, so where is the reference for this? Is there in Shrimad Bhagavatam and in also in Bhagavad Gita? So Shrimad Bhagavatam says, Tapasvino jnana para yashasvino manasvino mantra vidasu mangala kshemam na vindanti vinaya darpanam tasmai subhadra shraveshe namo namaha. That is the shloka. Okay, so tapasvino jnana para yashasvino mantra vidaha. Okay, all these categories of people, kshemam na vindanti. They will not obtain their goal. Vina yadarpanam, if they don't offer their results to Krishna. Okay. Tasmai Subhadra Shravashe Namo Namaha. So to that Supreme Personality of Godhead, I offer my obeisances. That is the shloka, second canto, fourth chapter. Okay. So that is the reference for this. That is pramana. That bhakti has to be there for the path of karma and jnana to for them to give their results. But is the bhakti needed? Bhakti need the help of karma and jnana? No, bhakti independently is self-sufficient. Okay, that is the basic thing. Yeah, so basically now when we are going to learn this 13 to 18 chapter, so it's very, very important that we know what we are going to learn. Just like any student who chooses the subject of science in 12th standard or 10th, after passing 10th standard, he knows that, okay, what is there going to be in the science. Till 10th standard, he has got an idea what is science, what it means, what all topics are there. So similarly, we are also learning what are the topics that will be there in the coming 13 to 18 chapter. Okay, so that this is called the bird's eye view kind of thing, so that we can go to each chapter and understand, okay, this is being discussed. Why? Because something is going to come ahead. So in that sense, we are just discussing in summary. Okay. Like in the beginning of the book, there is introduction and there is also contents of the book, right? chapters, which all chapters are there. So we can see the chapter, which all chapters are there, so that we can learn every chapter properly. Okay, so here in this 13th chapter, more detail we will see in the next session. So here these things are discussed: the jiva, the prakriti, the purusha or ishvara. Okay, generally purusha will refer to jiva and ishvara is for the supreme lord in this chapter. So they are briefly described in the first 6 chapters and elaborated in last 6 chapters. Okay, and yeah, now the part of jnana that assists us in developing detachment from matter and subsequent attachment to Krishna. So as I told, this 13 to 18 chapter is about jnana, not exactly jnana yoga. Okay, it's about jnana, means knowledge. What knowledge? Knowledge in developing detachment, and second is developing subsequent attachment to Krishna. That is the knowledge which is we are going to get. So is it important for only karma yoga, jnana yoga or bhakti yoga? For everyone. This knowledge is important for everyone. The knowledge about jiva, the knowledge about prakriti, the knowledge about ishvara, everyone has to know to practice their path. Okay, that is the point. Thus, this jnana, it's not jnana yoga, this is about knowledge. This knowledge, what is the knowledge? Okay, the knowledge about jiva, prakriti, and Ishvara. Okay, basically 6 questions will be there. Okay, so that will be answered by Krishna. Okay, yeah. So this was a summary of the 7 to 12, sorry, 13 to 18. Now let's see the chapter 13. Yes. Who was reading? Please continue. Yeah, Himanshu Prabhu was reading. Yeah, please read.
Yeah, chapter 13. The material body is the field of activity, kshetra, and its knower are the soul and Krishna kshetragyas. Knowledge jnanam consists of 20 elements, including humility, tolerance, and so on. The object of knowledge, jnanam, are the soul and the supersoul. The living entity, Purusha, situated in the material nature, Prakriti, associates with the three modes and thinks himself the enjoyer and thus changes the body. The real Purusha or the enjoyer is the Supreme Lord. The Jiva is not only the doer of activities. Uh, by the by the vision of knowledge, Gyan Chakshu, one can see the Jiva, Prakriti, and the Lord properly.
Yeah. So this is specifically about 13th chapter. What all topics are discussed? First is about Kshetra. Okay, the body is the field of activities, Kshetra, and its knowers. Okay, what are the two knowers? First is the soul, the second one is Krishna, Kshetragya. Okay, so the soul knows it minutely and Krishna knows it uh, ultimately. Okay, in the most maximum. This Anu and this is Vibhu. And then what else is being discussed in this chapter 13? Knowledge. Okay, what is knowledge? It consists of 24 elements. Okay, so what all things are there that we'll see in this chapter. And what is the goal of this knowledge? Object of this knowledge, game, who is to be known by this? That is the soul and super soul. These are the two objects. So by this tool of knowledge, we are going to know about soul and super soul. Okay, jnana, game. Okay, the goal of the knowledge. And who is that who is going to have this jnana and attain this game is the Purusha. This Purusha is going to utilize jnana to attain Gayam. And what is Gayam? The knowledge of the soul and the super soul. These two things are the final results for the Purusha. And where is he situated? He is situated in Prakriti. And because he is situated in Prakriti, what happens? The three modes act on Purusha. And because of that three modes, what happens? He thinks himself as the enjoyer. And he thus changes bodies with that consciousness. But the real Purusha, this soul is thinking himself to be Purusha, but the real Purusha is the Supreme Lord. Okay, the Jiva is not the only doer of activities. Okay, there are others also. Yes, like Prakriti. Okay, by the vision of knowledge, this Jnana Chakshu, one can see Jiva, Prakriti and Lord properly. So this Jnana, this knowledge, this Jnana Chakshu is required for all the people. Karma Yogi, Jnana Yogi and Bhakti Yogi. Everybody and even Ashtanga Yogi. Obviously Ashtanga Yoga is higher stage of Jnana Yoga only. But these all people need this knowledge of Jiva, Prakriti and Lord. Okay, properly. So that they can practice their path. Yes, Prabhu, please read.
Chapter 14. The Supreme Lord impregnates Prakriti with the Jivas. Therefore, Krishna is the father and the Prakriti is the mother of all Jivas. The Jivas get conditioned by the material modes, gunas, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance, sattva, rajas, and tamas. The modes compete with each other for prominence and influence the Jiva's action and destination. By the unalloyed bhakti unto Lord Krishna, one can transcend the modes and become Gunatita.
Yeah, thank you. So here again, chapter 14, in summary, what it's saying is the Supreme Lord, the ultimate Purusha, he impregnates the Prakriti with the Jivas. So therefore, Krishna is Aham Bija Pradapita, he says. He is father and Prakriti is the mother of all the Jivas. The Jivas get conditioned by the material modes because he is situated in the Prakriti. Jivas being situated in Prakriti, he is affected by the material modes, the three gunas. Okay, sattva, rajas, and tamas. The modes compete with each other for prominence. So never at a time it happens that somebody is purely in goodness, somebody is purely in passion, somebody is purely in ignorance. Always there is mixture of these three. So when one of them becomes highest or the maximum, then it's called that mode of sattva. When sattva is like 80% and rajas and tamas both may be 10%, like that. That is called mode of goodness. So it never happens that 100% sattva and zero rajas, zero tamas. That will not happen. Okay. And influence the jiva actions and destinations. Yes. So now what is transcendental to both of these things, like these three modes, is the unalloyed bhakti unto Shri Krishna. So one can transcend modes and become gunatit. Yes, please continue.
Chapter 15. The material world is like an upside down banyan tree. One should cut it with acts of detachment and surrender to Krishna, and thus attain the spiritual world. The jiva is a fragmental part of Krishna, but due to the material mind and senses, the jiva transmigrates. Krishna is the maintainer of all. As Paramatma, he is the initiator of all activities. He is above the fallible Shara and infallible Ashara living entities and is the super soul of all. Knowing Krishna means knowing everything.
Yeah, thank you. So again here chapter 15, in summary it is saying the material world is like an upside down banyan tree. So we must have seen that very famous picture where we have this tree and then the river and there is upside down tree, correct? And we will see that this is desire and there are different things, comparisons we will see there. So basically from the acts of detachment and surrender to Krishna, one can attain the spiritual world. Okay. The jiva is fragmental part of Krishna. Okay. Yes, part and parcel, as Srila Prabhupada puts it in many places. Krishna's parts and parcel are jivas. Yeah. But due to the material mind and senses, the jiva transmigrates. So from where this material mind and senses came? So they are given by Prakriti. Okay. Prakriti kriyamani gune karmani sarvasa. Ahankar vimudha atma kartaham iti manyate. So the living entity having these assets of mind, senses, intelligence, and everything else in the subtle body and gross body, he thinks himself to be the doer out of ahankar. Okay. So Jiva transmigrates because of that ahankar. Okay. So Krishna is the maintainer of all. As Paramatma, he is the initiator of all activities. Okay. So Paramatma, the explanation will be there. So he is the initiator of all activities. What is the meaning of this? See, here we have to understand that there are three doers. Okay, this is a very important concept. Okay, and this will clarify many things. So first is the Krishna, Paramatma. Okay, so the Paramatma is the sanctioning doer. He sanctions. Whom does he sanction? Can anybody say? Whom does the Paramatma sanction for something to be done?
The living entity.
Okay. Okay. Any other answer?
Prakriti,
Prakriti. Yeah. Okay. Why Prakriti?
because it has all the elements, it can act.
And how about Jiva's hands and legs? Will Jiva not act through that? How about that? Can Krishna not sanction directly the hands and legs of Krishna of the
Those
soul?
are
Yeah.
those are all coordinated by different forces of nature. I mean, all the demigods.
All the demigods. Okay. Okay. Any reference for that? Why do you say so? Is it just your thought or it's there in the Shastra?
It is their
Anybody
reference
else
to
also
I
can
don't know.
help. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else want to quote from Bhagavad Gita
Prabhu,
itself? That. Yeah.
Prabhuji, according to me, Krishna sanctions to both Prakriti and
Acha.
Jiva.
Okay. How is sanctioning to the living entity?
Means whatever we are doing activities, so whatever the results we
Mm-hmm.
are getting, it is by his sanction only,
Mm-hmm.
Krishna's sanction. We cannot decide
Okay.
the
So
result.
Krishna's sanctioning to us here. Okay. Directly to us. Is it
Not
like that?
directly through material matlab nature, through Prakriti.
Actually,
Yes. 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 Correct.
once I heard from a lecture that
Hmm.
Krishna is Achyuta. He never get contaminated in this material world. He is above from
Correct.
sub-material nature. So
Yeah.
Lord, he have given this
So
Prakriti under the supreme, like Lord Shiva's uh, like control. So all the Jivatmas came in this material world through the Lord Shiva and Parvati. So that is what I
no,
have
no.
heard from.
My question is, Prabhuji, is that somebody he said that it is done by through Prakriti, and the living entity is the not direct in sanction. Correct? No? That's what. So, but the point which you are saying is something about how living entities came into this material world, or not about that, but how they were given the bodies, I think. Okay. So yeah, that was correct. So the performing doer is the material nature, the Prakriti. Okay. So remember that she is the performing doer. Okay. So प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणे कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढ़ आत्मा कर्ताहम इति मन्यते. Prakriti kriyamani. Prakriti is actually doing. So whom did Krishna sanction as Paramatma directly? Prakriti. So Krishna became the sanctioning doer. Or here it was said as, see here, initiator. Correct. He is the initiator of all activities. What is the meaning of this? He is sanctioner. He himself doesn't do. He orders Prakriti to do. But when does he order? So what is the role of a living entity? Can anybody say?
Then
He
Moment
To
of
desires.
desire.
desire.
Yes. So he is also doer, but he is desiring doer. Okay. He is desiring doer. He does it by desiring. When he desires, then Paramatma sanctions to Prakriti that something should happen. I want to lift my hand. So I desired. Paramatma sitting in the heart understood my desire. He sanctioned the material nature. That material nature, she performed the lifting of hand. Okay. Like that. So the order is 3, 1, and then 2. Okay. This is the order. Okay. First, the divinity desires, the Paramatma sanctions, then performing doer, the material nature, she does it. Okay. So, any question on this, what we explained now?
Prabhuji, it is desiring or it is activities? Because we may desire a lot of things, but we don't act much. Who
Yes,
Paramatma
we are
sanctions?
desiring, but Paramatma is not sanctioning, Prabhuji, because our credit card balance is not there that much. Means the credit should be there for all the activities to be performed. Like I may desire to go to Swarga, but I should have that credit of pious activities. then only Krishna will sanction, right?
So
Is
in
that
Prabhuji, in devotional life, we may desire a lot of things, but we
correct?
may not act because of lack of sincerity. So
Correct, correct.
it means we are lacking or Krishna is not sanctioning.
Yeah, yeah, good question. So what we explained till now was in general for the whole material activities which happens. In Bhakti, the things are little different. Why it is different? Just like for the king, everybody is Praja, but his own son, he is also Praja, but he is not just Praja, his son also. No? So like that for Krishna, those who are practicing Bhakti Yoga, for them these rules will apply. But they only these rules will not apply. Something extra also he will do. Okay, so just like a king is having more affection for his son who is also Praja, like that Krishna has for devotees. So, in answering to your question, these things will apply, but Krishna will intervene himself. Okay, he may not directly do it through material nature, he may sometimes intervene himself also and change the karma of the person, change his destiny. He will take the things in his own hand. Okay. So I will give a reference to that. That Krishna actually he sits in the heart of the living entity. Okay. So because you asked, so this is second canto. Second canto. Yeah, Bhagawan Vishte Hridi. Yes. How does it start? Okay, I'll share the Veda with. Yes. Okay. Till that time, anybody else has any question on what this topic? What I discussed. This is very very important. This topic which I told. The three
Prabhuji,
doers.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, this karta or doer, three kinds of doer you explained, are those different from this karanas they say, or this is completely different altogether? This upadan and then that causes in somewhere it is discussed.
Second canto, I think you are saying the what
Yes.
Karana? I did not
Prabhuji, this
understand.
upadan karan and then
Ah, okay.
those.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, Upadan Karan, Nimitta Karan, all these things are there. Uh, the same understanding, right? The same
Okay.
understanding which you are saying. Yeah.
So
So yeah, as
Prabhuji,
a yeah,
so maybe it is fault of English, but so when we doer, when we say doer or those these three doers,
yeah,
is it Karan or Karta then, Prabhuji?
yeah. So living entity is considered as the Karta, and Karana generally the translation is reason. Okay.
Okay,
So the
okay,
reason Karta are all three. Okay. So I'll go back to the PPT and explain. First, just let me clarify this
okay,
Prabhuji's
okay,
thing that yeah. So here is a reference Prabhuji that Bhagwan personally gets involved in the he sits personally in the heart of the devotees, not the Paramatma. Shrinvata Shraddhaya Nityam Grinantascha Swacheshtitam Kalena Nati Dirghena Bhagavana Vishate Hridi. Vishate means he sits Hridi in the heart. Okay. It becomes manifest. Yeah, please read the translation. Who had asked the question?
Yes,
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
Chaitanya. Chaitanya, yeah.
Persons who hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and are always taking the matter very seriously will have the
Hmm.
personality of Godhead Sri Krishna manifested in their heart within a short time.
Yeah. So this is a reference that for devotees, Sri Krishna directly takes the role of Paramatma. Okay. And he himself directs the activities of the devotee. So the question is answered like this. Is it okay?
Yes, but Prabhuji, every time it is mentioned for devotee, but we are a sadhaka. So
Yes, yes,
whether it
yes.
is applied to us or not, I get a lot of doubt there.
Yes, Prabhuji. So this doubt will be cleared in the next session or next to that because this is a separate topic of discussion. What are we practicing? Are we practicing bhakti or are we doing karma yoga? Are we doing jnana yoga or are we doing mixed bhakti? Is it mixed with karma or is it mixed with jnana or is it pure bhakti we are doing? Which one we are doing? That is a topic of discussion. It will be discussed uh, next. I was planning to discuss in a NOD, but let's see how many devotees want this topic to be discussed. That what are we practicing? Okay, because I have seen in my experience that now or later this topic has to be addressed only. Okay, it's good as early as we discuss, so that what happens, whatever we discuss in Bhagavad Gita or Nectar of Devotion or Nectar of Instruction, all these three which I will be taking, if everything goes properly, so then the things concepts will become clear. So let's see how many devotees are interested that we should take up this topic before we begin our this one, the study of the 13th chapter. It's a one session, basically it will take 1 hour. So is there, okay, I see many of the devotees saying yes, they're raising hand also. Is there anybody who has a difficulty with this thing that we should not be discussing? Anybody has any concerns? Then we can see. No, okay, everybody's okay, I think, yeah. So there we will take, Prabhuji, this question, that what are we actually practicing? Are we wanting to go to Brahman, or are we wanting to go to heaven? What are the desires we may have? What is anartha, and what is our actual desire? Okay, these things will come. Okay, it will be answered. Okay, so let's go back to our PPT and complete this. Yeah, so Pratik too, you were asking something. What was it about? Karta, yes.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
Nimitta Karan and
Yeah.
all those same things are different.
Yeah, this same thing, same. Yeah. The Paramatma is also Karta, he is sanctioning doer. Okay. Prakriti, just like the example of pot is given, the pot maker. So there is mud. Okay. So the pot maker is having his hands, and then the wheel is there below. Okay. And the final product is the whatever matka or something, whatever he's making. Okay. So the same analogy can be applied here also. Okay. So direct, indirect, and then root cause. Okay. Direct cause, indirect cause, root cause, like that also we can say. Okay. But it's not exactly same. The analogy can be translated. Okay. It's not exactly same. Okay. Let's go ahead. Yeah. Chapter 16. Yeah. Who was reading?
Yeah, chapter 16.
Yes, Prajay.
Godly men are endowed with divine qualities, Devi Sampada. Demonic people have degraded qualities, Sur Sampada, and activities that make them enter hell and lower species. Following scriptures causes elevation, and disregarding them cause degradation.
Yeah, so basically Daivi Sampat, this is one topic of this chapter, and Asuri Sampat. This is the second topic, degraded qualities and divine qualities. These are the two topics will be discussed. And activities that make them enter hell and the lower species. What are those activities? And what are the traits of such a person, that will be discussed. And then very important point here which will come, that these following scriptures, Shastra, causes elevation. Okay, because that is the purpose of Shastra, to elevate a person. Okay, so somebody is very downgraded, for him the Sakam Karma Yoga is given. At least they should have faith in the path of Vedic system. So then he is offered Karma Yoga. So where it will be beginning given as Sakam Karma Yoga, elevation to heavenly planets. Okay, and then he will be told, see, there are so many apsaras which one can enjoy, and there is Nandanandan garden, and there is so many other things, Somras available. So these all offers will be given, and then he will be told to follow the path of Sakama Karma Yoga. So, but when one follows, he goes to heaven, and multiple times it happens, then he understands that, oh, there is no higher taste in this. Again, same thing is happening. I'm going up, then punya is reducing, I'm coming back, again I'm going. So he's thinking, and then purification of heart starts, he transfers himself to Nishkam Karma Yoga. Okay. So that was Sakam Karma Yoga. Then he went ahead to Nishkam Karma Yoga. And then after the Nishkam Karma Yoga matures, his heart is purified, he will be going to Jnana Yoga. Okay. And then he can go to Ashtanga Yoga also. And both results are merging into Brahman. Okay. And at any time, if they come in contact with devotee, any one of them at any time, then they can do Bhakti Yoga. Okay. It's only by the mercy of devotee, or the Agya Sukriti given by devotee. Krishna doesn't have any part in this. Okay. It's only by devotee. The whole thing is given to devotees. And then he can come to the path of Bhakti Yoga. ब्रह्मांड भ्रमिते कोनो भाग्यवान जीव गुरु कृष्ण प्रसादे पाए भक्ति लता बीज. Okay, so but by the prasad of Guru and Krishna, he can come into the path of Bhakti Yoga. Okay. 7.
Chapter 17. Arjuna inquires about the unauthorized worship of those who have some other faith not based on scriptures. Krishna explains that the three modes determine people's faith, which can be known by the nature of their food, sacrifices, austerities, and charity. Om Tat Sat indicates the supreme absolute truth, Vishnu.
Yeah. So Arjuna is asking few questions about the unauthorized worship, like demigod worship, like that, of those who have some other faith. Which is that other faith? That will be explained in that. That is Swabhavam Jam Shraddha. Swabhav Jam. Jam means to be born of. Okay, like we have Pankaja. Pankaja means the thing which is born from Panka, that is mud. Pankaja. Similarly, Swabhavajam. So, okay, so that is born from one's nature, innate nature. Okay, so that is the other faith. And it is not based on scriptures. What is based on scripture is Shastri Shraddha. Okay, Shastriya Shraddha. Two types of faith are there. Okay, so in that session of understanding that are we practicing the path of pure bhakti or not, there these two terms will come. Swabhavajam Shraddha. Okay, the faith is not based on scriptures, but he has his faith based on the modes of material nature which he has come in touch with in unlimited lives. Okay, that has shaped his faith. But he did not have any fortune to learn the scriptures and associate with sadhus. So he did not have Shastri Shraddha. So then Krishna explains in this chapter that there are three modes which determine people's faith. Which kind of faith that is? That faith is Swabhavajam Shraddha, which is governed by the three modes. Okay, because he interacted with three modes from time immemorial, which can be known by, and how do we test that? Oh, he is actually in which mode? So foods that he chooses, the kind of activities or sacrifices he may do, the kind of austerity he chooses to do, and the kind of charity he wants to do. Okay, the kind of speech he has. Okay, all that things will come in this chapter. Okay, so what kind of food, whether he is a person of tamoguna, then what kind of food he will choose. If he is person of sattva, what kind of food he will choose. Okay, all these things will come in detail. And then that is not for judging others, that is for our own self evaluation, that where do we stand. Okay, and how do we have to come up from where we are. That is mainly for self evaluation. When the scriptures speak about these things, it's not for judging others. Okay, so Om Tat Sat indicates the supreme absolute truth, Vishnu. Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji, please continue.
Chapter 18. Summarizing all his teachings in Gita, Krishna explains Tyag or renunciation in the three modes and the five factors of action. He describes knowledge, worker, intelligence, determination, and happiness in the three modes, and purification through prescribed duties of varnashram. He then describes Brahman platform, confidential knowledge, surrender to Supersoul, more confidential knowledge, and surrender to Krishna, most confidential knowledge. Arjuna and Sanjay present their relation.
Correct. Yeah. Thank you. So now Krishna is summarizing all his teachings. So he says, Karishe Vachanam Tava. That is Arjuna is saying in the end. And before that, Krishna says, Yatha Ichchasi Tatha Kuru. Okay. I have given you all the knowledge which is due. That is Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, Karma Mishra Bhakti, Shuddha Bhakti. Everything I have given. And now you use your intelligence and do it. And Krishna will also say that I hope you have heard with good attention and all intelligence, like that. So like that. So we will see that how to study Bhagavad Gita. We'll take those verses last, and what is the falashruti of studying Bhagavad Gita. Krishna explains in the end in this chapter. So Krishna explains Tyaga, renunciation, in three modes. How one can overcome these three modes and the five factors of action. Okay, so there is Daiva, there is Cheshta, there is Karta, there is Karanam. So these five factors of any action, any activity which we do are governed by these five factors. The Daiva, that is the fortune, or we can say our destiny. Then second is Cheshta, our own activities. And third is the Karanam, the instruments which we choose to do that activity. Karta, and who is the person who is doing that activity. Okay, like this there are factors which will be told. Yeah, he describes knowledge. What is knowledge? Worker, intelligence, determination, all these things definitions will be given. And happiness in the Sattvagun, Rajogun, Tamogun, what people take happiness in each mode. Okay, and purification through the duties of Varnashram to overcome three modes. Okay. So that is the prescription to overcome three modes by practicing Varnashram system. And what is this Varnashram system? The same thing. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, or Bhakti Yoga. Okay, this is one path, other path is Bhakti Yoga. That one can choose anytime. Okay, he then describes Brahman platform. Okay, that is a confidential knowledge. Surrender to the super soul. This is more confidential knowledge. And surrender to Krishna. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagwaniti Shabdete. Okay, that is the three levels of realization of Krishna. And then Arjuna and Sanjay present their realizations. So Arjuna will say, Nashto moho smriti labdva, tat prasada maya achyuta. Okay, like that. By your mercy, my ignorance has been destroyed. And Sanjaya will say, as we were seeing today, the verses that by the mercy of my spiritual master Vyasa, I was able to see and describe the Bhagavad Gita like that. And then he will say at the end, Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanudara, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. So wherever there is Shri Krishna, Arjuna, there has to be victory and good fortune like that. So the first verse of the Bhagavad Gita is asked by Dhritarashtra that धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्र संवेता युत्सवः मामकः पांडवश्चैव किम अकुर्वत् संजय. So the first verse answer is given in the last verse. Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishna. Wherever there is Krishna and Yatra Partho Dhanudhara, where there is Arjuna, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhuti. There will be opulence, fortune, that means, and there will be also victory. So the answer is given in the last verse. In between was all knowledge about Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and all this. So Sanjay could have just told the last verse, and Dhritarashtra would have understood the answer like that. So, but for the purpose of the manifestation of Bhagavad Gita, the whole pastime took place. Okay. Yes. Any questions of whatever we discussed till now? All
Yes,
this
Prabhuji,
summary.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Prabhuji, like as you said that bhakti is given only by the mercy of a devotee.
Hmm.
So, like Mahaprabhu came and he, distribute. He himself is a Krishna, and he also is, even in scriptures it is says that Krishna guide as a Paramatma to that person to leads towards the spirituality. And then what about there may be some or many devotees they were not devotee from the beginning of their life,
Mhm.
but they are seeking for the spirituality. They have something within their heart that they are purely inclination. Even they may not be born in the devotees family. There is no background about
Hmm.
a Brahmin family or anything. But by birth or like when they came to the sense, they have purely inclinations toward the spirituality or towards Krishna
Hmm.
or Bhakti or like Bhagavad Gita, and they are looking or seeking or they are trying to find it out, and somehow
Yeah.
or other they came in contact with ISKCON or, and then their
Hmm.
further journey gets started. So what it
Okay.
could be the exactly?
Okay, so as far as I understood, Proji, you have two questions. One is that you are asking about how we are saying that it's only devotee who can bring another person into the path of bhakti and not Krishna. That is one question. Second question, you are saying that we have heard that super soul guides and then somebody has inclination from past life. These things, correct, na? These are the two questions you have.
Yeah, means my exact there are two three question can be there. Like you says that only devotee
Hmm.
bestow the bhakti,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
the only devotee can give the bhakti. So my
correct.
question, like Mahaprabhu also is the incarnation of Lord Krishna, and Krishna himself he gave Bhagavad Gita on the Kurukshetra.
Hmm.
So how can we understand the only devotees means bhakti is given by only the devotees like that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, you are saying the example of Mahaprabhu that he gave bhakti like that, na? That is
Yes,
also
yes.
that is contradictory to this statement that only
Yeah,
devotee gives
exactly.
bhakti. Correct, no?
Yeah, above you said like previously in few minutes ago, you said
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So I have a question
I
upon
understood
that.
the question. I understood the question. Yeah. So, Prabhuji, there are bhakti given in many formats. It's explained in Bhakti Samri Sindhu. So, one is sadhana bhakti. Okay. So, by sadhana bhakti, one becomes sadhana siddha. And there is also kripa siddhi. By mercy, one becomes siddha. Siddha means perfection. He attains prema. So, what I told was about the sadhana bhakti. Okay. The path of sadhana siddhi. By doing our sadhan, okay, it's again I want to clarify the word is not sadhana, okay, it is sadhan. Okay, the sadhan we are doing and then we attain sadhan siddhi. Okay, so that is given by devotees. But Mahaprabhu gave kripa siddhi and directly one attained prema. Sadhana bhakti has 9 stages. Shraddha, then gradually it comes and then comes to prema. Sadhu sangha, bhajan kriya, anat nivritti, nishtha, ruchi, asakti, bhava, prem. Like that it goes. Correct, na? That is given by devotee, not by Krishna. Krishna, he gives exceptionally, that is in the case of Kripa Siddhi. Yes. And another thing, what you told in Bhagavad Gita, also Krishna is saying na, that he is directly giving. So, for whom he is giving in Bhagavad Gita? Okay, let's see. Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna has himself told. Okay, so I will share my screen. You can read, Prabhuji, that for whom Krishna is telling this Bhagavad Gita. Okay, 18.69. Okay. Sixty-eight, 67. Yeah, please read, Prabhuji. This is 18.67. Okay. Now Lord Shri Krishna is speaking at the end after speaking the verse Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Okay. This verse he has spoken. And now he is telling something important about the message he has given till now. That is in 67. Please read.
This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in the devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me.
So for whom Bhagavad Gita is spoken? Is it for general audience or somebody special?
Yes, someone who is special.
Yeah. So the question is answered, I think, whatever you asked. Okay. So it is for this category of people, not for everyone. Then the question comes, but we are doing book distribution and everyone we are giving Bhagavad Gita. Correct. I don't know whether you have that question, had that question. Okay. Answer that. Yeah. Now, another thing, Prabhuji. This you have not asked, but who is very dear to Krishna? Generally, we say one who is doing preaching is very dear. So that may not be exactly. Please read this.
For one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me.
Yeah. So he is saying they explain this secret to whom? To whom he is saying to explain this secret?
To the devotees.
Yeah. And previously also who told? Those who are not austere, not devoted. They should not be told this knowledge. Correct now? Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And who is very, very dear to me? Such a person who is explaining this knowledge to the devotees, he is going to come back to me. Why? Because he is very dear to me. And there will be no one else who will be more dear to me than this person who is explaining it to a devotee. Okay. So this has answered your question. And another question which you asked about the past life, there are so many things which is there. which actually comes back into this life. Okay, that is explained in 6th chapter. Okay, and I will show that verse, which you can read the translation. It says that how the person who is practicing bhakti in the past life, he may be born Suchinam Shrimatam Gehe, okay, anywhere, but the in the heart that seed will be there, and then Krishna will guide him to go to somebody who is devoted, like that. He will give that attraction. Okay. So how it starts is, okay, let's go to 6 point. Yeah. Yeah, so basically this section is going on that what will happen to the person who has fallen from his path. Yoga bhrashta abhijayate. That is yoga, karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, or bhakti yoga. He could not complete. What will happen to such a person? So what does Krishna answer? Anybody remembers in this chapter?
Suchinam Srimatam.
Yeah, this is the verse. Yeah. So yoga bhrashta abhijayate. This person, he will be born again. Where Suchinam Shrimatam Gehe. If he is less devoted, he will be born in the family of Suchi. If he is more devoted, he will be born in the family of Shrimatam. If he is most devoted, he will be born in the family of devotee. Okay, that is given in the purport. Now answering your question, that from where that inspiration comes, here is the answer. Okay, please read the translation to 6.44. Yes, please.
By by virtue of the divine consciousness of his previous life, he automatically comes.
Becomes.
Sorry, he
Becomes.
automatically. Okay, sorry, becomes attracted to the yogic principle, even without seeking them. Such an inquisitive transcendentalist. Actually, I couldn't able to see it.
I will read. Stands.
Transcendentalist stands away above the ritualistic principles of the scriptures.
Yes, Prabhu, thank you. So here Krishna is telling very clearly the virtue, by the virtue of the divine consciousness of his previous life. What is that? Purva abhyasena tenaiva. Whatever abhyas he did in the purva, past life. Hriyate avasho, without his control. Vasha means control. Avasha means without control. What will happen? He will be dragged towards the path he had continued in the past life. Which path? So Krishna told earlier, yoga bhrashta abhijayate. Any yoga, karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, bhakti yoga, all. Anyone is not completed, that path the person will be avasha, uncontrollably attracted. Okay. So these are the, I think, answer to your questions, Prabhuji. And exactly that question that only bhakti gives, only devotee gives bhakti, that is described in Madhur Kadamini. We will discuss that in that session, which I told, that what are we practicing. There we will discuss that how Krishna, being impartial, he doesn't himself come into giving anybody bhakti, but the devotee who is Madhyamadhikari, he has the demarcation, he has the degradation. What are the gradations he has? He sees the persons into four categories. Ishvarah tad adhineshu balisheshu dvishastu cha prema maitri kripa upeksha yah karoti samadhyama. So prema, he does prema to the Ishwar, maitri to the devotees, balisheshu kripa. So those who are innocent, for them he does kripa, mercy, he gives. So there the Madhyamadikari devotees told us he will give mercy of Agya Sukriti, giving some prasad, giving some kirtan, giving a good experience. Okay, there Krishna is impartial. Okay, we will see that in the next time. Okay, no, okay, one more question and then we'll go to the last part. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
yes, while explaining to Prabhuji, you showed us that in 18 chapter 66 or 67 verse, Krishna is saying that who explained it to my devotees. But
Correct.
is do we need to explain this secret to devotees? Like devotees already know Krishna. Like I guess non-devotees are the one who are more eligible for this knowledge, who doesn't know anything. जिसको पता है उसको बता के हम क्या मतलब I'm not able to understand this कि why devotees actually जिसको knowledge है उसको बता के आप क्या क्या करना चाहते हो
Yeah, that is homework, Mataji. This question is a homework which all of you have to do and come. Okay. So that's why I showed that shloka. Next time we will answer that. First, you can try to find the answer so that after that, when I explain, it will be more sweet. Okay. As of now, is it okay, Mataji? Yes. Okay. Thank you. So as of now, we will just complete this part. Yoga ladder. Yeah, somebody can read this who has not read it till now.
Hare Krishna. The Bhagavad Gita presents the path of yoga as a ladder with multiple rungs to reach the Supreme Lord Krishna. This yoga ladder that begins from the lowest material condition of the jiva and rises up to the perfect self realization in pure spiritual life. Srila Prabhupada writes, yoga actually means bhakti yoga. All other yogas are progressions towards the destination of bhakti yoga. From the beginning of karma yoga to the end of bhakti yoga is a long way to self realization. Karma yoga without fruitive results is the beginning of this path.
Yeah. So here we have many times heard this term yoga ladder. So I'm just trying to explain what it means in the context of Bhagavad Gita so that we can study properly the 13th to 18th chapter. Okay. So we have already discussed partially till now that how there are three levels: karma yoga, jnana yoga, and then ashtanga yoga, and there is bhakti yoga which one can take up at any time. Okay, if he comes in contact with a devotee. So that only in summary here is being described. So Bhagavad Gita presents the path of yoga. Yoga, as we know, it comes from the dhatu yuj dhatu, means to add, to combine something. What we are adding? The soul is getting connected to Krishna. Okay. So that is the meaning of yoga. And what are the processes prescribed in Shastra? Karma yoga is bona fide. That process is there. Then there is Jnana yoga prescribed. That is also bona fide. Then one matures and takes up to Ashtanga yoga. That is also bona fide. It is described in Bhagavad Gita and also in Srimad Bhagavatam and many places. That is bona fide path. And Bhakti yoga also, which is highest of all. Bhagavad Gita 6.46. Krishna is saying that how from all the paths Bhakti Yoga is higher, and among all the people Bhakti Yogi is highest. Yoginam api sarvesham madgaten antaratmana. So that is the chapter 6 conclusion. Okay, so that is the basically the yoga ladder. Here Krishna is saying that this part yoga ladder is saying that the Bhagavad Gita presents the path of yoga as a ladder with multiple rungs to reach the Supreme Lord Krishna. So the goal is Supreme Lord Krishna. And one can take up the paths, like we can have, this is a ladder. So one can take up the Karma Yoga, then one can mature to Jnana Yoga, then one can come up to Ashtanga Yoga. And the Bhakti Yoga is like the elevator. Okay, lift. Okay, the person is here. So at any time he can be transferred from the staircase or the ladder to the lift, which can very fast take him up to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. Okay, this also will lead to the same place, but that is slow. And there are many risks in that involved. Like in Jnana Yoga, one has to be completely detached and there should not be any desire at all of sense gratification. Okay, then only one can enter into Jnana Yoga and sustain in Jnana Yoga. And Ashtanga Yoga even more difficult. So that is very risky path. Okay, and only those who are renounced order, sannyasi, only they can practice Ashtanga Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Okay, like Brahmachari, Grihastha and Vanprastha, they can only practice still Karma Yoga. And anybody who wants to practice Jnana Yoga he has to first give up his family life, all connection with the society, and then only enter like that. But Bhakti Yoga is very practical, and especially for the Kali Yuga, like that. Okay, so that is explained. So yoga, Prabhupada generally he says the meaning is bhakti yoga generally, and we can see almost all the purport Srila Prabhupada will explain and emphasize on bhakti yoga, whether it is the part of Karma Yoga, chapter 1 to 6, or whether it is any other part of Yoga Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, anything. That all Prabhupada will explain in the terms of bhakti yoga, because that is the path we are practicing. Okay. Yes. Yes, please continue.
So when karma yoga increases in knowledge and renunciation, the stage is called Jnana Yoga. When Jnana Yoga increases in meditation on the super soul by different physical processes and the mind is on him, it is called Ashtanga Yoga. And when one surpasses the Ashtanga Yoga and comes to the point of Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, it is called Bhakti Yoga, the culmination. Factually, Bhakti Yoga is the ultimate goal, but to analyze Bhakti Yoga minutely, one has to understand these other yogas.
As I was telling yesterday, the other yoga paths we have to also know the basics about it. Okay, so basically, if you see Jnana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga, they have mainly these three kinds of knowledge: Jiva and Jiva Tattva, and there is Ishvara Tattva or Bhagavad Tattva, and there is Aikya. Okay, Anusandhana, to merge Tattva. Okay, so this is one, this is two, and this is third. So as Bhakti Yogi, we don't take up this knowledge. We don't need that. We don't want it. We don't want to merge into Brahman, but we want to serve Krishna. But for that, we need to have Jiva Tattva and Bhagavad Tattva, knowing about the knowledge about us, Jiva, and the knowledge about Krishna that we have to have. So these two we accept. That's why here Prabhupada is saying that to analyze bhakti yoga minutely, one has to understand these other yogas also, and that's where it's helpful. Like 13 to 18 we will learn about the jnana, your knowledge about the prakriti, purusha, kshetrajna, all these things we will learn. So that is important for all the paths. Okay, and this part I already explained previously. Yes, please read.
The Bhagavad Gita presents the path of yoga as a ladder with multiple rungs to reach the Supreme Lord Krishna. This yoga ladder that begins from the lowest material condition of the jiva rises up to the perfect self-realization in pure spiritual life.
Yeah, so that's what. So initially the person may be in the lowest material condition. Like if he is an animal, then after going through the 84 lakh species, sometime he will come and take birth as a human being, like in rotation. He will go, and sometime that human being he will become. And that human life, athato Brahma Jigyasa. Okay, that he has the opportunity to inquire about the supreme truth. Atha means hence. Atah, therefore. There are two words here. Atah plus atah. Atha means hence. Now. Atah, therefore. That because athato. Okay, hence, therefore, Brahma Jigyasa. Do inquiry about Brahma, the supreme, the human form of life. So then if he does this and has knowledge from Vedic scriptures, the Shastra, okay, he studies or he gets to know about Shastri Shraddha he has, then he can enter into the path of the Varnashrama system, which is told here. Okay, it came previously. Okay, Varnashrama system. And what does the Varnashrama system prescribe? So those who are not in Varnashrama system, they are called Antyaja. Okay, Antyaja means they are outside, outcast. Okay, like we say, outcast. Okay, and then those who are into the Varnashrama system, they will follow the yoga, path of yoga. Okay, that can be Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, or Bhakti Yoga. They can practice. Okay, this is the path to self-realization. Okay, So we have completed this. Are there any questions on this whole discussion, whatever we did? So just in summary, we described whatever is needed for us to begin. If there are any questions, we can take. Otherwise, we'll stop here. Time is up.
Prabhuji, will you be also taking that yoga ladder described in chapter 12 with this, or is it the same thing?
No. Chapter 12 Yoga Ladder is, yeah, that is not ladder in the one sense. That is obviously a progression. Yeah, that we will not be discussing
Okay.
here.
But that is somewhat different, na, Prabhuji, from this.
Yeah. That is different. That is said that, yeah, if somebody is not able to do this, then they should do this at least below. And
Okay.
if he is not able to do this, then he should do this at least. Means he is not able to follow regulatory principles, at least he should use his body, mind, and energy for Krishna. If he is not able to do this, then do this. Like that. That is a different progression. These are not yoga ladder, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So,
One
yes,
question, like first 6 chapters is Karma Yoga, then Bhakti Yoga, and then Jnana Yoga.
correct.
But the natural progression should be Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, then Bhakti Yoga. So why Bhakti Yoga is in the middle of this Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga?
Yeah. Okay. See here, there are two krama in a study. There is called Path krama. That is the order in which the chapters are going. Second one is Arth krama. The order in which the whole, what do you say? Artha means something which is important. Okay. So Artha krama is considered more important. Okay. So Patakrama, if we see, it is the progression as you told, right? Karma Yoga, then Bhakti Yoga, and then Jnana Yoga, which seems like that. But actually last part is not Jnana Yoga, it is misunderstood. And even in misunderstanding, if we take, then this is the order. Okay. But Arthakrama is more important. That's how the Acharyas explain. So Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga, all these together alone, whatever you say, are less than Bhakti Yoga. Okay. So why? Because as I told, three characteristics of Bhakti Yoga, it is Ati Rahasyatvam, it is very, very confidential, and one can attain it very, very rarely. Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. Those who are having knowledge, Jnanis, they will come to me. Atma Ramascha Muniyo. Nigranthapi Urukrame. Like this is explained that how the four Kumaras they got attracted to the path of bhakti just by smelling the tulsi from the lotus feet of Vishnu. Okay, so they can even the Atma Ramas like Sukdev Goswami, four Kumaras, they get attracted to path of bhakti. So Arthakrama says that bhakti yoga is higher and Ubhay Sanjivakatvam. Okay, both it gives life. That's why it is in center. Okay, and then also Sarva Durlabhatvam. It is very, very rarely attained. Okay, that's why. So are in Arthakrama, that is in the meaning or the essentiality krama, we can say that Bhakti Yoga is higher. That's why it is placed in between. That's why the analogy of the jewel placed in the uh, basket was given. So if the basket is made up of gold, then there should be something very special inside, that is diamond maybe. And if suppose somebody says no, the outside is made up of diamond, then there should be inside something which is like Chintamani. That is Bhakti Yoga. Okay. So I hope
Yes,
that answers.
Yes, Prabhuji. Understood.
Yeah. So this is now what we are trying to do till now is just giving the background. Okay. As I had told last time that we will be discussing also that what method we will be following to study in our this upcoming units, as 3 units I will be taking. So it's very essential to set the expectations right, that what way I will be teaching and what is the way of study Prabhupada prescribed by Srila Prabhupada, that what way he wanted us to study scriptures. So next time the topic in the next Saturday I'll be taking is mood and method of studying scriptures. Okay. What is the mood in which we can study and what is the method, and there we will be addressing the questions like how to study, that is method of studying. Okay, as I told, one of them is breaking the terms, vyutpatti kind of thing, and then knowing the meaning of each word. That is method of study. And also we will be seeing the mood of study. Okay, that what all previous acharyas commentaries are there. So what Prabhupada has told about the commentary of previous acharyas. So what is his comments, what is his view? Because many times we have this contradiction that everything is there in Prabhupada books, then why do we study other books? Okay, and what has Prabhupada told? If everything is there in his books, why did he say to study previous acharyas books? He writes that sincere student will study the commentaries of previous acharyas. Why does he say like that? So we will be seeing and addressing these questions. And what is the importance of Guru, Sadhu and Shastra? Okay, and not just hearing from here and there and then trying to understand scriptures. That is not the way. These all things we will be discussing next time. Okay. So sorry, it we can 10 minutes extra. There was some internet issue. Next time I will try to go in a better place where we can have good internet. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Vancha Krutarvascha Kripa Sindhu Devcha Nam Pavane Vaishnave Namo Namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Krishna Arjun ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for coming and giving out your time. Time is most essential thing actually what we have, and you have taken out your time to study Srila Prabhupada books and come for these sessions. I am very grateful to all of you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Sangathan.
Hare Krishna. So we'll meet next week. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Yes, sir.
11:30.
Thank you. Isha Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, I'll be there, Prabhuji.
Yeah. No, I don't know whether I'll message Prabhuji, but let's see.
Yes,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Pratik
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.